Greetings and welcome to the Introduction to Astronomy. In this week's Misconception in Astronomy, we are going to talk about our sun and find out if our sun will ever become a black hole. And will our sun ever become a black hole? And the answer is an emphatic no. The sun is far too small to ever become a black hole. So, how does a black hole form? Well, it can occur at the end of the life of a massive star, and we will take a look at how massive that has to be. Essentially, what a large star will do is build up an unstable core and become a supernova in which the star explodes and a remnant left behind. Now, that remnant can be one of two different things in a supernova. So, for much smaller stars like our sun, the remnant mass will be less than 1.4 solar masses, and you have a white dwarf star. In the case of a supernova, you have two options, and it depends on the remnant mass left behind. If that remnant is less than about 3 solar masses, you will have what is called a neutron star, a compact object about the size of a city. And it's essentially matter crunched together as close as it can possibly be. You have essentially the density of an atomic nucleus, but something the size of a city. However, there is a limit to how much that neutron star can hold, how much it is able to hold up against the crushing pressure of gravity. So if that remnant is greater than about 3 solar masses, it will then compress down into a black hole. And that's the type of star that we would see. Now, the remnant mass of 3 solar masses is what's left behind. That's not what the initial mass of the star was. So let's take a look at a table here that kind of shows this. So in our table here, we can see the initial mass. So this is how much the mass started out with. This is relative to the sun being a mass of 1, which is called 1 solar mass. So objects of very small mass become either planets or brown dwarf stars, which never actually become a physical star fusing hydrogen into helium. Most stars, leaving up to the very small values up to about somewhere between 10 and 40, will leave a neutron star behind or a white dwarf. So what we see is the vast majority of stars will become white dwarfs. That's where our sun falls. The few very massive ones will leave a neutron star behind, and only those most massive ones, here shown at about 40, I'll say at least 20 solar masses because it does depend on the exact mass loss. But these are the ones that will actually become black holes. So, in general, a star with a mass of less than about 20 solar masses is never going to become a black hole, and our sun with about 1 solar mass is nowhere near the amount of mass needed to ever become a black hole, so this will never happen to our sun. So, let's go ahead and finish up with our summary here. And what we looked at today and talked about is that our sun will never become a black hole. Extremely massive stars can become black holes at the end of their lives, but the initial mass of that star needs to be 20 to 40 times the current mass of our sun. So that concludes this week's Misconception in Astronomy on our sun ever becoming a black hole. We'll be back again next week for another Misconception in Astronomy. So until then, have a great day, everyone. And I will see you in class.